Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. After many years of teaching, with a full timetable of students who sit on this chair here each week, and the many students I teach online and the workshops that I run, it's become apparent to me that it's not perfect which practice makes. No. Practice makes permanent. Let me give you an example. If in your practice time you're constantly playing a chord of C and not stretching your third finger out into the fret, and you're getting a rough buzzy noise on that C bass note, and if that's the way you keep doing it over and over again, you're going to become a world expert at playing a buzzy C chord. Let me give you another example. If you're a classical guitarist and you're learning Lagrima, the famous piece by Tarrega, and then you get to this chord here, if you constantly pause when you're going to it, or if you get string buzzes and unclear notes, then you're going to become a world expert at pausing before that chord, at playing with pauses and making buzzes. You see the problem? What you repeat is what you learn. So practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. So what's the solution? Well, I've heard many teachers say over the years, practice slowly, slow practice. And you know what? I'm going to propose to you today that that's not enough. No. I've never practiced slowly. No, what you need to do, and what I've always done, is practice in slow motion. Let's go back to that C chord. So you've got a problem of landing on the C chord and you're not stretching out into the fret, at least into the middle or just behind the third fret here. And that's the problem. So we need to isolate the problem. So we'll go from different chords. We'll go from F, and then in slow motion you need to rehearse all the micro movements of landing correctly first time. You see, as Billy Joel sang, you've got to get it right the first time. Get it right the first time, that's the main thing. Get it right the second time, that's not the same thing. Okay, that should be the song of the week as you try and transform your practice. So slow motion movements, practice getting there the first time, and then when you do, repeat it many times, because it's only when you repeat something correctly many times that you learn to do something correctly. Let's go back to Lagrima. So if you've got this problem of landing on this chord here, and you're pausing or you're making funny buzzing noises, practice the transition. And practice all the micro movements you need to land there. Don't practice beyond the problem. Don't go beyond that C chord and keep playing. No, that's the worst thing you can do. Now you're just practicing your mistakes. No, practice the up to the problem. You see, if I'm not getting there in time, on beat, every single time, I'm not solving the problem. If I'm not getting there cleanly, without buzzes, I'm not solving the problem. So slow motion practice is 1 note per second, 1 note per 2 seconds or 4 seconds. There's no such thing as practicing too slowly. As long as you get there and you get it right and you repeat it many times, you will then learn to do it correctly. So practice makes permanent. I hope this helps. This is something which I try to convey to all my students. And I think that teachers need to be teaching students how to practice, and they need to be getting this message across. Slow practice is nowhere near enough. Slow motion practice. Work on all the micro movements, work up to the problem, not beyond it, and solve the problem. Repeat it correctly many, many times, because practice makes permanent. Thanks for watching. See you next time.